Okay, but this
Hey everyone.
this is new for me. No,
Figured I'd just jump
you
on.
haven't ever spoken about your pride.
Don't know for how long. Just to shoot the shit.
It's never been like
See if anyone comes on. The link is here in the chat. You want to come on, come on. Um, if you don't have to.
You need to wear the sling for 12 more days. No heavy lifting and no chopper swelling, okay?
You know.
Where are we here?
So what do we talk about?
He's too busy to worry about waiting on me.
Well,
You didn't order it for you, did you? You need a bed that adjusts.
it's a broad
Next
subject.
time you fall, you can fall on
You
your
know,
head or your hip.
um,
He's the one taking care of me. He needs to be on top of this stuff.
things that pop up on your computer
I understand it's your grandson. I have concerns.
because you got notifications and they just pop right in and
He's the facilities manager.
But for God's sake, look, I'm
you interrupt what you're doing, and then you gotta go clear them out.
And I didn't tell him about my symptoms.
So,
If he cares about you, he'll want to know.
well, I went to my writers' convention
He
today.
comes to visit.
To sit in for my
That
dad,
shit
and
tells me
no,
how
I'm
happy
not
he is.
going to be
I
third
don't want him
district
worrying about me. And I will not have him
director, at least as of right now.
to prolong mine. No,
There's so
thank you.
much
My husband
stuff
died.
going around that
We tried everything.
I'm just going to step back and let it sort itself out.
What's happening to me?
I don't want
And I
to
don't
get
need
involved
to
in
know
anything on
now.
that.
You should tell him.
You should
You
handle
know.
your damn business. Nice meeting you today, dear.
For a minute there, I thought my
You can leave now.
phone was telling me I went live. Hey, Froggy, how you doing? I don't know if Jamin's still on here. But no, I won't be third district director. I'm still director for my chapter for 2 months at least. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be reelected. Oh well. If I am, I am. You know. And then I guess we had a parade today for Halloween. And the wife told me the traffic was so bad that it was backed up here, and the parking lot for the post office was just packed as well. Where was I? I was on my bike headed north to St. Cloud. I was up there for a good chunk of the day at a convention for the riders. So had fun. Hour drive there, hour drive back. Was it 52, 53 degrees when I rode up, and in the 60s when I came back. So it was a very, very pleasant ride. Very pleasant ride. Wasn't too cold, wasn't too warm. It was one of them right temperatures. You know. And to see a bunch of other bikes out today, that was pretty good. Especially up in St. Cloud. St. Cloud's got a lot of them sport bike riders who like to jump in the traffic and weave their way out in and out and take off. Yeah, I don't like those type of people. So, but it was all right. It was all right. I didn't see any deer on the way up and back, so that's good. Stopped for gas on the way back, and a little old lady was in front of me at the counter. She chatted with me for a little bit, took one look at me, and started smiling. So that generation grew up around motorcycles, so but some of them don't understand. Some of them accept it, you know, and then some just don't understand. But it was all right. It was all right. What else? Give me a topic to talk about, and I'll talk about it. If I don't know anything about it, I'll make something up.
Let people around you who care. You should be able to let them in.
Let's see. We watched an episode of The Masked Singer the newest one. It was the Muppet episode where they had the Muppets come on and help out with judging and instruments and stuff like that. And I don't remember if there were songs from any of the Muppet movies, but it was all right. It was a good show. I kind of like The Masked Singer because you get to guess who they are. I think even though they know who they are, they just got to play it up that they don't.
Have any of you seen Andy?
But The Masked Singer was pretty good.
I have to head out real quick. I just
And then we watched the 911 and then 911 Lone Star. Lone Star hasn't done any new episodes lately, so I'm wondering what's up with that.
Can't stay long.
But 911 has got a new one out that we haven't watched yet. And we started watching Doctor Who from their season 1, which is the 9th Doctor. And I got to take that kind of in spurts because I'll get burnt out on it. Hey, Process. Due to mental health issues and other substance-related issues, I will be off YouTube for an undetermined time. But you'll be lurking, not videoing. Well, you need to take care of yourself there, brother. You know, because mental health is no joke. It definitely isn't. But yeah, feel free to come on in and, you know, if you need to say something, Process, come on in. The link's there. I got an open platform for you.
No.
I'm glad you're taking care of yourself and doing what you need to do to take care of you.
Yeah.
I really am.
He's fine. He's not homeless.
Well, when's the last time you spoke to him?
A year, maybe more.
Well, that can happen.
So does that mean that, well, you said you're going to be off YouTube, so that means you're really not going to be looking at other people's shows.
My brother.
So,
I know you need to get back to the station.
unless that's what you mean by lurking. I'm getting a notice on a server. You're cooking right now. What are you cooking, Froggy? What are you cooking tonight? We had pizza from Aldi. I was only able to have a couple pieces before I came on to live. Oh well. I'll have a couple more pieces when I get off. And you know, portion control. It's all about portion, size of your portions. If you want to lose weight, cut down on your portions. And don't eat a lot of carbs. You know, carbs are one thing that contribute to your weight. Same with drinking. Drinking contributes to your weight. So if you cut down on your drinking or pretty much stop, you're going to lose weight. I have yet to see that happen. But I've seen it happen to others. Scrambled eggs and ham.
Yeah. That sounds like you. Anything you want to talk about there? Why don't you come join me?
You know.
Just gonna take off for a bit.
Oh, God. Scrambled eggs and ham. Too bad we don't got ham. Otherwise, I'd
He's my friend or my boss.
make scrambled eggs and ham tomorrow. I might just have to run up to the store and get one. You know, a little ham. So you're giving me a good idea. 88 subs. I didn't know I had 5,000 views. I knew I was up over 3,000. But thank you very much, Process. Thank you. I put a short out saying that if I got 100 subs, I'd do a happy dance. What it's going to look like, I don't know. I'd got to find the music and then figure something out. You know. But 100 subs is a milestone, as Froggy told me in one of his comments, and it's going to be a happy time because I've been at this since April, putting video out, and in that short of time, I've got 88 subs. So not too bad. I'm not too shabby, you know. You know, I could do shirtless. You know, I got a thing about my upper body that I just need to get over. Otherwise, I don't go shirtless too much. You know. I don't really give a shit about how I look, but for some reason, my upper body is, I'm a little sensitive on. But I don't know, maybe if I had ladies coming in here pretty regular, I just might go shirtless. But see, then I got to take my hat off and show my bald spot. You know. And I don't want to blind everybody when I take my hat off. All right, so let's talk about cooking for a little bit. Well, you know, in one of my recent videos, I did Guinness chili. That turned out pretty good. If you use the extra stout, you're going to get more of the taste. If you just use the regular stout, the shorter, I think it's the taller bottles, or the Guinness drop. Yeah, the regular Guinness drop, the taller bottles. They'll come out just fine, and the taste isn't going to overpower the chili. The extra draught is the shorter ones. That's going to overpower your chili a little bit. That's going to have a lot more flavor, more bold. But you know, you can spice it up to however you want. You could put cayenne pepper in it, jalapenos. You could do all you want with it. So the possibilities are endless. Process, did you leave me? I bet you he did. But now that the stores are starting to have the big shanks of ham, if you got an Aldi, go to an Aldi. It's usually half the price of what a regular grocery store has. And usually we'll pick up 3 or 4 hams before Easter. Throw them in our small freezer out in the garage. And we're going to, you know, I'll either smoke one or two during the summer, throw one, and then the rest will probably just throw in the oven. But it's, you know, get a full ham shank for about $12-13 versus $20-30 in the regular store. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I'm going to go for what Aldi has. And every once in a while, they got turkeys in there now because, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Guess what? We're not cooking this year. Turkey. for one, not a lot of the people in the house will eat the turkey or all of it, so we get leftovers and it doesn't get eaten. And two, you know, I just don't want the cleanup. Most of the time, if the wife does the cooking, I'm the one doing the cleanup. So we have found that if we bring in snacks, my mom and dad will bring up something. We'll have some snacks. We'll probably cook a small ham and some mashed potatoes or something like that. We won't cook a big dinner. We'll have a bunch of munchies. And then that way our cleanup is pretty minimal. So right now I got Station 19 on the TV.
There was glass flying everywhere. We think she inhaled a piece.
So kind of flipping between that and that. So now that winter's coming, I want to do get a pork belly and some bacon brine and learn how to make my own bacon. I've got 2 smokers. One's an electric temperature, so it'll keep maintaining the temperature. Whereas mine has got the little dial that I got to turn that to keep my temperature where I want it. So now that I got my dad's old smoker, I can start making bacon. I can figure it out how to slice it, how to smoke it, how to flavor it, all that, and then put it into some vacuum seal, and then throw it in the freezer. And if I get enough, I can give some out to friends. Usually, from what I've seen, the packages I get, you get about a good 12 pieces into one package, and they're pretty thickly cut too. It's not hard. I just never done it before, so I'm probably going to just look at a YouTube video on how to do it and just do it. I know you got to let it soak and brine for 3 days. I want to say 3 days. And then you got to inject it into the belly itself. Hey, Jamin, you want to come in, brother? I got the link there toward the top of the chat. If you got an update on your wife, I'd love to hear it. But I think I'm going to start making my own bacon. And like I said, if I got extra, I'll give some to my friends up here, And making my own sausage would be kind of cool. We've got a grinder for that. You're heading home? Cool. Okay. Maybe when you get home, if you want to come on, jump on in.
Started trying things. He got into art.
You used to
my parents wouldn't pay for it. He wasn't
slay the hog once a year, then.
I could see he was in pain.
Yeah.
But we grew up embracing.
You used to slaughter a hog, yeah.
I thought it would make him
well, hogs are so much now. You pretty much have to have 3 to 4 people to go on one. And the day I won. And then you split the meat. So each person's going to get a quarter of the pig, and if that pig ain't very big, you ain't going to get a lot of meat.
He was home alone, and I was abroad with my parents.
And Minnesota was just started rounding up feral pigs in the southern part of the state. So hopefully, if we got a hog
I
season,
feel like it's all my fault.
I can get in on that. But I'm going to have to find out where to hunt down there.
He's
See if I can get some contacts down there.
my fault.
I was just given the name and number of the place I was hunting last year to see if I can get in and set my stuff up for deer hunting this year. Well, hunting starts next weekend. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out there and get my stuff set up without scaring the deer. You know,
I've got used to being outside the conversation, looking in at a distance.
they taste real good. About 200 pounds, much bigger than they get a little
You
tough.
have to have that
Yeah,
but I don't want to be someone people
but then
come to.
200 pounds, that's not.
And meeting someone I do anymore.
Well, I'd say
So
be Wilbur size in Charlotte's Web. I don't think he was 200 pounds. 125 is a kind of a small to medium doe. I have to look up what a 200-pound hog looks like, just to get a good look at the size. 200
When someone
pound
experiences something like
hog.
fire, I'm sure it's not unusual for it.
Oh yeah, they're pretty decent size. Holy crap!
I'm just saying, the way the VR got to you, your reaction to fire today,
Yeah.
I'm sure you can work it out. If I can help them,
Oh, you have no idea what you're talking about.
In the town I lived in
Too much fire.
before I came up here,
And that is the best.
they would have
The person works through. That's the kind of problem that
they have this parade called Barbecue
So
Days.
let's be clear.
Well,
It is not a problem I have.
in one of the floats, they have this big
I was
hog
5 minutes ago.
in the trailer, and they say, "Kiss the pig for $1." It's a sign. It's a charity thing. And then you look at as it drives by you, and you look at the ass end. That sucker's got balls bigger than an elephant. No shit. You know, try kicking that fucker in the balls once. I guarantee you ain't gonna be very happy.
And I wanted to check in on your shoulder.
Yeah, I know why you're really here. And the answer is still no.
Imagine the pile of crap that sucker leaves behind too.
I know that you think that you need to spare your grandson. I do.
spare me from what?
But apparently, I don't know if it's a different hog every year, if it's the same one.
They were all out of strawberries, so
But if it's the same one, that sucker's got one hell of a long life. They're letting that sucker live. Me, that sucker would be on my dinner plate. You know, I'm one of the people who see food when they see certain animals.
Travis,
So
Hey, look. So, what was you need my thing to film me?
let's see.
It's
Wouldn't mind going in on a cow at some point. You know, you get, if you buy half a beef, half a cow, even a quarter of a cow, you're going to get enough meat to fill your freezer for about 6 months, because a lot of people do eat the meat. Not a lot of vegans out there or vegetarians.
Sadly, reignition usually starts at the most inconvenient moments. It
I just heard
happens,
some
it takes
beeping
hold.
going on. But anyways, bacon. Donut shops.
And if we aren't careful,
If you pass one,
we'll burn everything in its path.
you're safe, because that's where all the cops are going to be. They're going to be at the donut shop,
Because the fire has been here before.
just pigging out on those donuts. You can go flying by and you'll be safe. Now, if you don't see cops, you're in trouble, because that means they're out there patrolling and you're going to get your ass caught. you know,
It's been running like that now.
but that's easily solvable. You get pulled over, you pull out some donuts, they'll let you go.
Fire knows its way, where to go, how to move.
Now, if you believe that, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona I can sell you.
Thought that was the point.
I'm going along with this.
There's an ocean down there, we just don't know it. We just can't see it. It doesn't register on the
It's already
on the
taken
maps or
part of its
anything.
existence.
It doesn't make me happy.
you know.
Something else, but I had a ring. And I wanted more, and I still do.
On a future show, I'm going to be talking about Friends. I had some things going on, but I want to touch on Friends because
Not yet. Not with you.
not too
with
many
anyone
people
else.
have
Maybe
good
ever.
friends
But
or
you think about
close
moments
friends or
when I
true
can
friends.
imagine.
They just got these friends that hang out with them
I have
for a
one.
certain amount of time and then
I found it already.
off they go.
With
You
these
know,
people. At this station, I don't want to be separate.
and
This is the home I know.
so that's what we're going to be
I
talking
can't-
about.
I'm not looking
Friends.
for more.
What's a friend?
What this morning? What
You know,
changed?
So sisters.
along with that is what does a friend mean? What does a friend do? That kind of stuff. And another future
I
show,
don't care about
I
you.
did not say that.
not sure if it's going to be this one or the Biker Roadhouse, but we're going to be talking about the Old West.
Waste time
I'm
not
doing
being
some
in
research on that
Can't waste
and
That's who we are.
found some very interesting facts of things that happened out in the Old West.
Work great.
Some of them I already knew, and some I didn't. You know, like a little tidbit about Wild Bill Hickok that I never even knew. I know quite a bit,
Incredible.
but I'll reveal that in the show when I do it.
The fire's hotter this time.
And I think I'm going to do
Bigger, stronger, more
a
powerful.
Halloween special episode at the Biker Roadhouse
More dangerous.
because people don't know the history of Halloween, and you know where it comes from, what people took it and turned it into their own, how it got commercialized into what it is today, and and why donuts have nothing to do with Halloween, stuff like that. So I think that's going to be in the Biker Roadhouse, and I think that's either going to be, I think probably Monday on Halloween. I'll probably do that. I'll get that on pretty early. So, and then I'll have,
Previously on station
you know,
19.
throw the link out there again
Reception.
Why?
for people if they want to come on if they didn't catch it earlier.
My race, not yours. Not everything is about you.
I recognize it from the tropes. He was on the street.
Well,
I just wanted to say we're not the kids.
I'll ask people to come on for my Halloween show in the Biker Roadhouse. Just to come on, shoot the shit. If we get an actual live witch to come on and show us her broom, bonus. There we go.
Like cabin fever. Sitting around growing human life all day. Plus all the power outages that drive.
Hi, Lolly. How you doing? Does this mean I gotta take my shirt off now? Yeah, people come in your life for a reason or a season, like you said, Lolly. I'm one of them people who believe that things happen for a reason. There's a purpose. The people that come into your life were people you've met before in a previous life. Now, do I believe in a past life? Yeah, no. But I do believe the people that you've met now, at some point in time in the past, in a past life or whatever, you've known. And that
with only 2.
I pulled 4 victims out of it.
we're kind of on a time, not time thing. How do I put it? Almost kind of like a repeat. And you're here until you get your shit right, and then you move on.
Not talk so much about the
Now,
part of the job part for now. So even if you feel good and you feel safe, maybe let's just stop.
my parents
You never know, do you?
may not have been my parents in a previous life. They may have been someone I've met in a previous life, but in this one, they were my parents. Okay. Then that's how I came to be. Like my brother. He was someone I knew in a past life, and my brother's my brother. Oh well. He's there. Me and my brother don't have a relationship. So that's that. You know, my first wife probably was a friend or something in a previous life, and then she became my wife this time. Whereas my second wife, who I'm married to now, same thing. Everyone I have met or talked to, I have 100% sure and certain that I knew them in a previous life. You know, like you, Lolly, and Froggy, we probably known each other for a long time. Who knows? And now we're back together again. You know, Facebook brought us together. So did Discord. You know, even if we don't, this is how we communicate. That's fine. But our paths have crossed. You know, just like two friends that one I gave the shaft to last year, one decided to give me the shaft because, you know, they like to pull. The person pulled the double standard. It's okay for me to do it, but not okay for you. I'll explain that all in the friends thing. And we got a guest. How you doing, Lolly?
Good. Said you wanted a witch in her broom.
Was that? Oh, there we go. Well,
I had to get on.
I can actually say I have an actual witch with her broom on my show.
That's right. There you go.
I never thought that would happen. So how are you doing?
Better. Yeah. I'm trying to get better.
Are you in a hospital room?
No. It's my recliner. I have my medicine. I've had bronchitis. I get chronic bronchitis every year.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
I think today's a good time for inventory and routine maintenance.
So I have to sleep sitting up.
What happened to doing things
Okay.
I have a cough. But I'm getting a lot better.
And that's your...
Days ago, I couldn't have talked at all without having a coughing fit.
Oh, I know what that's like. I had bronchitis really bad once, and then in 20 I had pneumonia.
Yep.
I know what that's like. You can't catch your breath.
No, you can't. I've had, yeah, and Shane Frog says doesn't help that I smoke. It gets to her, and he fired one up right as I sat down to get on. He went in the other room for me.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
He is. He is.
I asked if you were in a hospital room because I saw your light hanging on the back wall.
Yeah, this is my crafty light actually.
Oh, okay.
It's a natural light. So when I'm doing my crafts, I can actually see their true colors.
All right.
Hey, process.
He's been kind of popping in and out.
Yeah, I hadn't been able to get on and do much at all this week.
Oh,
I'd
well,
be
you've
awake
been
for
pretty
a little
sick.
bit and go sleep for a little bit and do some work and then go back to sleep.
Yeah, but you've been pretty sick, and now you say you're getting better now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to clear up.
So they've got you on a nebulizer?
Yeah, I've got a nebulizer and I have a CPAP and um, inhalers and antibiotic, you name it.
Boy, they got you all medicated.
Yeah, well, I've had multifocal pneumonia twice, and they've had to go in and flush my lungs. So we don't want it to get to there.
No. Don't want you going in the
They're good.
hospital either.
Oh, I'm not supposed to tell anybody he's nice to me.
Well, he's like me. He wants people to think he's that big badass person, And when,
Yep,
and
that's
when
him.
people find out we're teddy bears,
Most are. You just got to get to know them. That's a hot toddy process.
I tried that.
I do the honey and ginger, but mostly the whiskey.
No, I've tried that lemon, honey, and ginger mix, and it didn't work.
It's hot. You need to put take a third of whiskey, a third of honey, and a third of lemon juice, and you heat it all up. And once it gets to a boil, right before it starts boiling, pour it in a cup and drink it.
Really?
Yep.
Doesn't matter what kind of whiskey?
No, I use like a Woodford Reserve or a Maker's Mark because it's more smooth going down.
Okay.
If you try to use, Jack or Early Times or something like that, you don't really want a harsh whiskey. You want something smooth.
Okay. I just realized something. I didn't got my headphones plugged in.
Yeah, it is a good thing I work from home. I wouldn't have been able to work this week.
All right. There we go. Now I got my headphones in. Yeah, and Froggy says they got you on everything but oxygen.
Yeah. They gave me that when I went into the doctor's office.
Oh, good. That's one thing I've never been on was oxygen.
I've had to be on it a couple of times, but not at home. Usually if I've been in the hospital or gone into the doctor's office, but that's it. You are really a grumpy old man, aren't you?
Oh, God. I got a running joke that they made the movie Grumpy Old Man about me. They came and consulted me on how they make the movie when I was in my 20s and 30s. And then Grumpy Old Man is about me and a buddy.
From Odd Couple.
Yep, the original Odd Couple, the movie.
Yeah.
And no wonder that they make such good friends in the show. And all that was filmed in St. Paul and Wabasha, which is southeastern Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it was all filmed there. And it's just amazing because some of the houses that they show were right in St. Paul.
Oh yeah.
You know, and the snowmobile scene where she goes flying in off the snowmobile to her into the house.
Yeah.
Late at night, that would never have flown.
Uh,
You would have gotten arrested for that.
oh wow.
Oh yeah. Now during the day is a different story, but at night she would have gotten arrested for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty strict up here. When you're in their neighborhood, people want to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Wabasha has a Grumpy Old Man festival every year. I just haven't
Oh.
gone to it.
Oh wow.
It's not much. You go and watch the movie. They got a few things happening around town, and I'm not even sure when that is. I don't even know if they got an ice fishing contest, to be honest with you.
Well, that could be fun though. Could be
Yeah.
definitely be interesting.
Yeah, but knowing my luck, I'd go down there for the contest in an ice house, and someone would push me in on thin ice.
Oh.
That would be my luck. So, what are you guys doing for Halloween?
I'm not sure yet. I think my grandbabies are supposed to come and trick or treat, and I don't know.
Well, you don't know for sure yet, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if you're
Rob, what
still
are we doing for Halloween? I'll put him on the spot.
well, if you're not feeling good, I don't know if you'd want to have people around.
Well, none of I'm not contagious,
Okay.
and I like seeing family and friends whenever.
Now, you need to get a picture of Froggy on that broom.
Frog on the broom.
Yeah.
Come here, Froggy.
Or he needs to get his own broom and start flying around.
I haven't taught him that trick yet.
Wow.
That's a sacred secret right there.
Oh, if you got a little stash of pixie dust.
Well, yeah, I guess we could share a little bit.
Yeah, he's gonna be he ain't gonna answer now.
Yeah, he may have had to get on something else. I don't know.
No. When you put him on the spot, he's probably trying to figure out what he's gonna say.
He's mad at me for saying that he was sweet to me. Or good
Well, he
to me.
is. He is sweet to you. Where does he want people to lie?
Opposites attract.
Right?
He's the grumpy old man. I'm the angel. Okay.
Well, I was going to say, if you're an angel, I must be the devil.
Oh.
I've never known an angel to be an angel. I've known people call themselves an angel to be turned out one hell of a person.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when people say they're an angel, I kind of
Been
say,
hollering
yeah,
for
with a
you,
crooked
where you been?
halo.
On the toilet. You must know. The internet must
Oh, internet wasn't working.
Hi, Mariah. How you doing? We're doing good. I'm on here with Lolly, and we're just talking away and shooting the shit.
He wants me to get a picture of you on the broom. You wouldn't be able to see it tonight. He's all in camo.
Oh, I got some pretty good eyes. Now, if he was outside in leaves or something, yeah, I probably wouldn't see him. But in the living room like that, yeah, I can see him. But then he's not in camera view anyway.
Oh. He's staying in the shadows.
Well, yeah. Because he doesn't want people to see how good he is to you.
Right.
Now you're gonna make it all bright.
People can actually see you.
I didn't want it.
Yeah. I can see her. I could have seen her just fine. You know, maybe she didn't want people to see her with all that light.
Yeah, I like being in the shadows.
Right?
My gray doesn't show as bad in the shadows.
Oh, don't worry about your gray. Gray gives it class.
Yes, you can.
I can see
Oh,
it,
just
and
a
it just
little.
gives you class.
And just a little, yeah, right. Yes, it does. It tells a story.
It does. It tells you. It tells the story of how the kids stressed your ass out.
That's right. Every gray hair, every wrinkle, every scar,
Right?
all tells a story.
That's why my beard is so white.
I got lots of them.
And when I met my first wife, it was all nice and brown, and well, when I got to my second wife, her kids turned it completely white.
I don't doubt it. Kids will do that.
Oh God, that's one of the reasons why I have no hair upstairs anymore. That, and that's a good way of telling if you're having great sex.
Rubbing it off on the headboard.
No, the women keep pulling on it.
Pulling on it. Okay.
I was at a poker tournament years ago, and I made it to the final table. There was 8 of us, and two of the older women just didn't like how we were talking, and we got pretty raunchy.
Yeah.
And we got on the subject of sex, and I said, "You know how to tell if a guy's having great sex?" They said, "How?" I took off my hat because I'm bald up on top, and even the old women almost fell on the floor laughing, and they couldn't top it after that. And I just looked at everybody and said, "Well, at least we know who's having great sex in this room." Because they all had a full head of hair. You know. And my wife left me. She went into the bedroom.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, it's almost 9 o'clock here, and we go to bed about 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 10 till 10 here. I don't know. We go to bed anywhere from 8 o'clock to 3 in the morning.
No, I didn't think you were Eastern time. I thought you were Central.
No, we're Eastern.
Well, shit. That just throws me all off now. Now what am I going to do?
Yeah, it's but we still do daylight savings time too.
Yeah, so do we.
There's a lot of places that don't anymore. I wish we wouldn't. Such
Only
a pain.
Arizona and Hawaii. They're the only states that don't do it.
I thought there was a couple of counties around here that quit doing it. There is, yeah. There's some counties in Indiana that don't change time.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
they quit doing it.
Bullshit.
Well, we're set to spring back here next week.
Yeah.
I think it's next week. I don't know. England's falling back tonight, so
Oh,
that's why I was thinking it was this weekend. And my wife goes, "No, it's next weekend." Which
I
kind
don't
of makes
hardly pay attention to it anymore. I've gotten brain lazy on it. My phone changes time, the computer changes the time, and I wait until the time's different on my phone and on the stove, and then I change all the clocks in the house.
yeah. The only thing that doesn't change here is my watch, the stove, and the microwave.
Yeah,
You know,
I think my watch changes.
yeah.
The stove and microwave don't.
Well, if you got a
And I've got,
smartwatch, it's going to change.
yeah, and I've got grandfather clocks.
Those are nice to have,
Yeah, I love them.
and they're made a way a clock should be made. All those little gears and springs, and
Yeah,
you know, you can't really do a digital grandfather clock.
no, you can't. And the ones we have aren't. I would love to have an original
Oh God, yes.
standing grandfather clock, but the ones we have are wall hangers, and they run on a battery. Now I've got one that it hangs on the wall, but you do have to wind it up.
Okay.
And then I've got one that a friend made for me, but it runs on a battery.
Yeah, I want one with a pendulum,
Yeah, they all have pendulums.
and then have. I even seen some with the chain with the little acorns on the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah, no, those are usually more on the cuckoo clocks.
But I've seen those on grandfathers.
Yeah.
But I want one of the big freestanding ones.
Yeah, I do too.
Because
I like the ones that have the moon and the sun
yeah,
faces
oh yeah,
that go around.
my grandparents used to have one, and just the woodwork that they put on there was just beautiful.
Yeah, if you find the good antique one, they are. You can't match the craftsmanship from back then.
No,
People
and
don't care anymore.
hope that it works.
You know?
You know, because you don't. There's not too many people that work on clocks anymore.
No, not good ones. If you find one, you got to keep them.
Yep, and that's because everything is going digital.
Yeah, but it was a craft.
Yeah, and you don't
We've
got
lost a lot of our crafts because people don't care. They
right,
don't have the patience or the willingness to take the time they have to take to do stuff.
right. You know, a clock and a watch are. I mean, watches you have all those little thin sprockets and stuff you got to put in there,
Yeah.
and you can still find those every once in a while. You know, more so on a regular analog clock where you got the dials and the
These.
the hour and minutes versus a digital. I've got an old, oh geez, clock that I made in the 6th grade. Carved it out of wood with a bandsaw. Built it like a birdhouse in the front. Then you got the clock guts that you just stick in and plug in.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 6th grade, and I plugged it in, and it still works because my parents never even hung the thing up.
Uh,
They never plugged it in, and I plugged it in, and it was working. So
my grandfather was a clock maker, so we've got some mantle clocks. But he did watches, and Grandpa Raymond did he did watch repairs, but he loved working on the clocks.
oh God,
He did that and worked on the railroad.
yeah, my grandpa worked on Burlington Northern
Yeah,
on that railroad.
I
And
don't
then
remember. Was it CSX that he worked on? Him and his it was Ray and Raymond. They were twins, and they
Okay,
were identical twins. So they would go into work for each other. They go tie one on over the weekend and wouldn't be able to go into work, so the other one would go in for them. It's crazy.
now were they just home every weekend, or were they gone for like every 2 weeks?
No, they worked on the lot. They
Okay.
worked on at the main station in Louisville, I think.
My grandpa would be gone for 2 weeks, and then he'd come home, and then he'd be gone again for another 2 weeks.
No,
He was,
they may have at some point, but and the stories I've heard were that they stayed local.
okay, and their pensions are unbelievable.
Yeah, I took care of my grandma for a while.
Yeah, my grandpa, he lived off his pension for quite a long time.
Oh, he didn't. They did live. She had she worked at a tobacco factory, and she had a pension, and then he had one. But he was sick for he had a cerebral hemorrhage,
Ooh,
and they told her to take him home and love him, and for as long as he was going to be there, because it wouldn't be very long. And I guess she loved him enough. He was there for 30 years.
really?
Yeah. He was more of a child than a companion, but he stayed alive for 30 years.
That's a miracle, because if he wasn't given long to live and lasted 30 years.
Yeah. He went in when he had it, he went into the hospital with full black head of hair. When he came out, it was totally white.
Wow. I've heard of that happening. I've never actually, I
Yeah.
know a kid in high school who was gray before he was 18.
Yeah.
But how do you go into a hospital with black hair and then come out with white hair?
The trauma.
The trauma, the stress, yeah.
Yeah. I went in for a surgery and came out and had a white stripe when I was in my early 30s. I didn't have any gray hair. And when I come out of the hospital, I had a big old gray or white stripe. And that's where it
Well,
started.
so you dye your hair.
Yeah. Every now
Like
and then.
I was gonna say like what every woman do.
Well, I told Froggy I think I was tired of it. I'm just gonna dye it white and let it go.
Yeah, my wife is about ready to let hers go too.
Just tired of dealing with it.
Yeah, she's looking forward to being gray. I'm not.
Well, it's fashionable now.
Yeah, and so is white beards.
Yeah.
You know? And then they say, well, and if you're bald, that's fashionable too. I'm like, all right, that's where I draw the line. I'll throw my cap on. You know, as long as I still have hair, I want it there. I want the top to come back, but that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. That was always a worry. I was on some medicine that started making me lose my hair. That's real thin right here.
Well, is it any chance it's gonna come back?
No. We
All
love
right.
your gray hair.
I want to know what he did to earn his gray hair.
Being crazy. He said he wants to know what you did to earn your gray hair. Raised 8 kids. Married to 2 crazy women.
But he ain't completely gray.
Nope, I'm finishing that off for him.
Well, you're in trouble now, Froggy. If she says she's gonna make you completely gray, I'm gonna put money on. How old is he?
54.
54. I'll say he's gonna be completely gray by the time he's 56.
Oh, I give it to 60. I'm not that bad.
No, but I am.
Mine's more my health issues. I just scare him to death sometimes.
Oh shit. Well, if bronchitis is the most of your health issues, you're doing pretty good. You know, I'm a diabetic.
Yep. What do they have you on?
They got me on metformin, glipizide, some statin for my cholesterol.
Yeah.
I'm on
Yep.
insulin, and I got Trulicity. I'm on Trulicity. That's a once a week shot.
You're on all of that?
I'm on all of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought if
Because-
they put you on the insulin and one of the others that you wouldn't take anything else. 'Cause I'm on metformin, but they're getting ready to give me shots because I was at 8.1. It was my A1C.
Yeah. I keep floating between 8 and 9. And my last A1C was 7.6.
Well, that's better.
Yeah, I'm trying to get down. I started eating more fish, less carbs, and more salads. I started losing weight. My blood sugars have been staying more normal.
That's good then. You're doing a good job.
No more whole bag of pizza rolls.
Yeah,
Snack.
that's not very good for sugar.
No, no. My doctor almost slapped me for that one.
My biggest, the pastas, breads and pastas, that kills me.
Yeah,
I love my breads and pastas.
there is keto bread that is 2 slices of that equals 1 slice of regular bread in carbs.
Yeah.
So I've been buying that. It's a smaller loaf, but half the carbs. So I come home from work, I grab that and have a sandwich, and I'm good. Versus 2 regular slices that put my carbs way over the limit. Here I'm having 22 carbs for a sandwich. That's not bad.
Yeah. I'm not sure what all they're gonna do. I just got my results back, so it'll probably be a little bit before I hear anything.
Well, for us, we hear within a day or two, unless it's the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, I get my records and my results, but not, in talking to them. It's they don't call back and say what they're gonna do.
Right? My doctor won't talk to me unless I go in, which
I
is
know.
fine.
I call and pester the shit out of them.
Well, my thinking is the less I got to talk to her, the better.
No, I don't mind talking. I'd rather talk to them and know what I need to do and what's going on. But I got a lot of other stuff going on, so I get tired and just quit talking to all of them, and then I get in trouble.
Right. Right. Well, I'm hoping that I get off my Trulicity and my insulin. I doubt it, but can't stop me from hoping.
Yeah. If you're changing your diet and you can get it down, then you probably will be able to.
And then the doctors are trying to catch him.
They're coming to take me away. Ho 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 ho.
And that
Are they
song,
telling you it's time for a vacation process?
oh, he needs one. And he needs one pretty bad. The problem is, and he said it, is himself. He can't get out of his own head to get out of the house to go anywhere. So,
Yeah.
and I'd like to see him work on that. I mean, yeah,
Gotta
he's
take that
gotten
first
down to
step.
right. He's gotten down to Utah and stuff like that. But I want to see him take the step to go elsewhere. The world's a scary place. Even more so when process isn't roaming around.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, it's him. It's all him that he isn't getting out. So we need to all give him that push.
Well, maybe next year we can get up there and see him.
Oh, he would love that. I know
And
he
he
would.
can take, he'll have to get out because he done promised he'd take and show us around.
Right? Oh, he did get around this year.
Wow. Yep. Yeah.
Now he needs to come to Minnesota.
But when were those trips processed? How long's it been?
Oh God. Process. Didn't you go to Utah in July or August? I know it was around that time because he posted about his back and he was in Utah when it went out.
Yeah.
I remember that. And he lives in Idaho. He likes picking potatoes. I'm not sure when he went to Montana or Wyoming or Nevada.
You can come by Indiana.
Oh, God, beautiful state you live in.
I love it.
Last time I was there, about over 20 years ago, I went to Indianapolis, and that was the most confused city I've ever been in.
Oh no. No, you gotta stay in the southern part of Indiana.
We're a whole different
It,
breed
it's
than the
it's
north.
completely different. Just an hour north of us is completely different than it is here. Southern Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, away from Nashville. Not Nashville, but everywhere else in Tennessee. It's just beautiful.
Okay.
The mountains are awesome. The country is just gorgeous.
Yeah, I never did get to see the mountains out there.
Oh, the mountains are wonderful.
We
You can go
were,
down to Tennessee, and there's one spot where you can stand and you'll be in 3 states.
really, almost like the Four Corners.
Where is
Oh.
it?
I can't remember where it's at, but it's got a big marker.
It's in the Smoky Mountain, the Appalachian Smoky Mountains. But I can't remember which 3 states. Is it Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia? I think it's those 3 states. I'm not positive.
Been a while.
Yeah, I ain't been down there for years.
Well,
Not to that spot.
well,
But there's a lot of
Kentucky is a
places
frying
here.
pan.
You stay away from the major cities.
Yep. I swear whoever built St. Paul built Indianapolis too.
Probably. It's crazy up there. Chicago's worse.
Oh, I won't go. I'll go around Chicago all day. I won't go in.
It's terrible.
I won't go into Minneapolis unless I absolutely positively have to.
Yeah, I stay on the bypass for Nashville.
You know.
I have no desire to go through it. I like going like Route 66 drives,
Yep.
side roads, and
I wouldn't mind doing that sometime.
yeah, I would love that trip. Because I haven't been really out west. All my travels have been south and east. But we used to do, I would go to like Maryland or Pennsylvania, and Ocean City, and we'd drive. But we'd go the back roads instead of the highway so we could find the little shops and little backwoods places.
Okay. I guess it's southern Indiana for me then because I like being laid back.
Yeah, it is.
I like people that you just walk up, you encounter, just don't have a fuck to give.
Yeah.
I've been all over out west, but I haven't been too far out east yet.
Yeah, I love this. I tried to go west a couple of times. I went to Texas once, but the drive through Kansas about killed me.
That's gonna kill anybody, dear.
I miss my mountains and my curves. I couldn't hardly stand it.
Kansas and Nebraska are flat, pretty much. Why do you think everything sucks and blows there? When you drive through those states, all you see is corn.
Oh yeah.
You know, well, Iowa's not any better, but we have a little joke here in Minnesota where you say Des Moines is the meaning is void of life. You know, but I've got some family and friends that live down in Iowa, so I got to be careful.
Oh.
Another joke we have is why Minnesota to protect Canada from Iowa.
Why?
You know, because we always say Iowans are stupid,
Oh.
and the last time I went down there and ordered one of their meals from a Hardee's, he didn't do a state any justice. I went in and it was late night, you know, probably about 8, 9 o'clock. Went in with the wife and the kid and said, I want a number 3 supersized. And he rang it up and he looked at him and goes, you want that supersized? I'm like, yeah, I said supersized. I rang it up and I looked at the wife and said, he ain't doing the state no favors.
No, and none of the fast food places do anymore. They don't care.
No.
I get so aggravated.
Well, I understand if he's got to ask, you know, but when the customer says he wants it supersized, you don't go and ask if he wants it supersized.
I'll get mean sometimes if they give me a hard way to go. And, you know, you'll order something and it'll be like $9.20, you know, or let's say $5.25.
Yep.
Well, I'll give them a 10 and a 20 and a quarter. And it usually freaks them out.
That's pretty easy change right there.
You would think it is, but it ain't. Try it. And if they don't put it in, you know, you can put the amounts in the register. If they don't put it in, to tell them how much you're due back. I've had them look at me and say, this is too much. Yeah, give me a $5 bill.
No. See, that screws me up when I work the Renaissance. I'll tell them if they order 2 beers, I'll tell them their total is 16 and they give me extra and say, give me a 5 back or something, and I have to sit there and try to figure it out to make sure it's right. You know, that one confuses me, but I can count the change back like you wouldn't believe, and come out right on the nose.
Yeah. Which Renaissance fairs have you done?
I worked in Minnesota, and I worked Siouxland out in Sioux Falls for a few years. And then I haven't been back there since 2000. Oh God, was it 12? 2011 or 12? That was the last time I was there.
Yeah.
I was out there as the Merry Mercenaries. Me and a buddy of mine had a mercenary troop that we would dress up as and go to. We went to Siouxland and we were street actors. Well, they thought we were actual show. I said, no, we're street actors. We don't do a show. We ain't got nothing planned out. We want us to sing. We'll drive everybody away. So we did that, and that didn't last very long. Our
Oh.
festival didn't want nothing to do with it. So we came up with the Church of the Rubber Duck. And that didn't last very long because me and my buddy, we had a falling out, and that was that.
That's
So,
sad.
yeah. And it was taking off all over the place. We've had requests from other festivals to come out and do it for a weekend or so, and they were going to pay for our way out there and shit like that. And I couldn't get the time off of work, and he was, oh God, he was one of them handicap transport, so he couldn't leave work because he doesn't get paid. So we had to call it quits on that.
Now, did your alls do the games?
Yep.
The axe or the axe throws and
Axe, spears, crossbows, Chinese stars. Oh yeah, we got it all.
they do the Chinese stars?
Yep. The Chinese throwing stars, they got them. Yep.
Huh?
And you know where they put the spear throw?
Where?
Right next to a beer booth.
Oh no.
Yeah, with the mermaids right behind it. So it's like have a beer, throw a spear, and catch a mermaid.
Oh my gosh. That's not a real good setting there.
Well, they had to put. Oh, they beefed up that back wall really good because everything they throw at it, it just go right through.
They do the does any of them do the rat puck?
No. No. We don't do that. We got a pig and swig, which is a bar crawl, a pub crawl.
Yeah.
We do that. We've got what used to be the smoker. It's called the Body Beer Show now because it is so dirty that they had to rename it, and they see kids, they have to tell them to go away. You know, it was a smoker because you'd got all these hors d'oeuvres that you would eat with 4 beers, and you were given 3 cigars. You know, and so you'd go there, you have your beer, you have your hors d'oeuvres, and then you'd smoke a cigar while you're doing your entertainment. That
Right.
was more than X-rated.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, they would bring out sculptures of an erect penis on ice.
Uh,
You know, poems that were so dirty that I wouldn't repeat to my grandma.
oh wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the adult side of the fair.
Right? So that's why they changed it
dress
to the
up for
Body
it?
Beer Show.
Do you go in costume?
This year I did. Because I was a pub master.
What's your costume?
A mercenary. I got a green shirt. I wear my kilt, and I got my hat and boots. But then if I don't want to wear my kilt, I got my I don't know what they would call them back then. I got my pants.
Now your kilt, is that your tartan or is it just a standard kilt?
It's not my actual tartan. Because I went to my clan for that, and they wanted over $600 just for a half kilt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're expensive if you get the real ones.
And I said no. So I went to Got Kilt, which is a booth out there, and I got the night watch.
Yeah.
I got 2 of those, and then I can't remember the one I just got now. It,
I
it's
had
got
a
some.
friend
It's
that
got some purple and green in it.
he bought 6 feet of wool and then lays it out on the floor and pleats it
Yeah,
and lays down and then just rolls and then pins it and puts the belt on. And that's his kilt.
yeah, that's a grand
Like,
kilt.
there you go.
That's the grand kilt. I don't have the
Yep.
time or patience for that because you're supposed to put your belt down first,
Yeah.
and then no. How do they put it? You put your fabric down first, then you go and pleat it,
Yeah.
then you pick it up carefully and slide the belt underneath.
Oh no, he didn't know. He rolled it. He'd pleat it and he'd lay down on it. He'd roll and roll it around him. And then he'd get up and he'd put his belt on and fold it over and put his pin in.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's got a different way of doing it.
Yeah. And I think I have 2 dresses and foxtail.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think I've released any video of me in
What
my
do you wear
outfit.
under it? Nothing.
Well, let's see.
You go true.
I wear boxers under mine.
You wear boxers?
Yeah, we have to because of our our food inspector, our health inspector.
Oh wow.
Yep, we're considered food, so we have to wear underwear underneath our kilts. Now, if we were out on the street, I wouldn't have to. But then we've had so many people kilt checking us that they've came out and said, you know, if you work for us, you got to wear underwear underneath your kilt.
Uh, they shouldn't be kilt checking you if they don't want to see it.
Well, a lot of them go, well, what do they got underneath there? And just go lift it up, and then they get pissed off when we turn around and start yelling at them. I got kilt checked once by a drunk gal that I didn't really care for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And she's no longer a JC anymore, so too many sexual harassment charges on her.
Yes.
So
You got to be careful nowadays. It's really sad, all the stuff you got to go through to just have some enjoyment.
oh God.
I got to go to I was trying to remember if it's one in Pennsylvania or the one in New York. I can't remember. There's the one in Eminence, Kentucky. I've been to it 3 times. And then there's a big one in Texas that's supposed to be like the big hoopla of all of them.
Yep.
And I was
There's
supposed to get to go to it, but things didn't work out.
Texas is, I think, the only one that's bigger than us. The second one in Texas is smaller than us.
I can't see the comments unless he puts them up. You bend over and show them.
Now my son, that's my son. He's got a full 9-yard grand kilt,
Oh, cool.
and he does all the pleating himself until recently. He goes, he can't do it no more, and he's 28 or 29.
That's a lot to do when you can get them already pleated and everything.
Yeah, and mine are already pleated.
Yeah, my son has one that's it's not our exact tartan, but really close to it. But it was already pleated.
Well, my clan is McAllister.
McAllister.
Yep.
Ours was Keith
Okay.
and McKim. Frogs is McKim.
Okay. My clan was always either on the Campbells or on the McDonald's land. Because when our lands got taken, I can't remember why. So when they got taken, if the McDonald's were in with the Campbells, we were on the we're on the one side. But if whatever McDonald's, I want to say, but I don't think that's right. I can't remember what the fuck I said. I got CRS pretty bad.
I used to know all of ours back, but my son worked all of it up and went back through the histories and things. And it was really neat. I don't remember it now, but
Yeah, ours went back to Robert the Bruce.
yeah.
It's actually
Our family still has a castle, or the kin still has a castle, and we were given the guardianship of the crown jewels.
okay. We were the constables for Robert the Bruce.
Yeah. Well, it may be in there somewhere.
But I'm pretty sure it was.
Because there was a whole group of there's a whole group of names. It's like all the clans. There's so many that are in one clan.
Yeah.
It's hard to figure out who's on who. I know our crest is a deer with like a belt, and it's Vera Veritas.
Yep. We actually ours kind of, we've got an abbey yet, and we're off one of the islands or one of the side ones there in the east west side, and if you go straight east, there's Edinburgh, and Glasgow's not too far. But I want to say it was the McDonald's that was warned with the Campbell. So if they
I
were,
lost for words.
and if we were if the McDonald's were warring with the Campbells, we would be on the Donald's land, and if the Campbells were, it was vice versa, then we'd be on the Campbell's land because after our lands were taken, we didn't have any permanent, so we switched between the two.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember all that history.
You know,
He looked up more of it. We've got a book, or he has somewhere that has all the history.
Hi, Losfer. How you doing, Lori? We would all be eating soup. What about soup? I'm trying to find all the Scottish clans and they don't give you a full clear list.
Campbell's. Oh, that is funny. I went right over my head. Yeah. No, that was great.
Yeah.
Like, oops, hello.
Lori, are you a Campbell?
No, Keith. Oh, you was asking. Lori, okay.
Yeah, my friend Lori. I found a site that has, McDonald or McDonald. And I found their tartan. Then you had McDougal's. Funny how McAllister's not in there. But I can find our tartan. We have the actual a piece of tartan from our actual clan that my one aunt has it. You're one of them Irish snobby people. Conley, yep. I gotta make fun of her for that because I'm Scottish, Irish, and English and German. So I like to drink and fight with myself while in an argument. That's how I put it. So
That's ours.
nice. I'll see if I can find ours. Tartan. Oh my god.
You said McAllister?
Yep. Red, green, blue, white, black. I'm not sure if that's the actual tartan.
Yeah, there's offsets. Like we have 3. One is for everyday type thing, and then you have your formal, and then there's another one, and they're all 3 really close, but I think it's the blue that's in it is a little different.
Yep. You know, I found the Irish tartan from McAllister and the Scottish tartan.
Yeah.
So all I know is that we were with Robert the Bruce, and we were the constables, and we were Highlanders.
Yeah.
So, yes, Lori, I know you're a tart. Lori came up here. She just got home from her vacation from being up here for about a week. And I got to see her while she was up here. Lori, you got one dirty mind, I'll tell you. So, but yeah,
Narky Saturday. There you go.
right. Well, it's nice to know I've got fellow Scottish and Irish up in here. You know. Lori, Lori, you're an asshole. And she owns it.
Mine's 57.
Right.
It's hard trying to figure it all out.
I took one of them DNA tests through Ancestry. I'm like, all right, screw it. I'll do it. They've already got my DNA anyway. Or the government does, so. Found out I'm mostly Germanic tribe. With some English, Irish, and Scottish in there.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Well, I knew I came from Europe. I just didn't know exactly where. Well, now I know.
I know my, however great many came over from Ireland during the famine through a port in England and came over. There's 3 brothers. One stayed north, one went to West Virginia, and one went to Kentucky. And then on my other side, it was my, well, I don't know where he's from. He was adopted out of Philadelphia on a boat.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
His dad and my grandmother, his dad was in the military and they were in Germany. And they come home, they lived in Georgia. And they said that he was adopted through Philadelphia.
Okay. Well, we traced my English side back to 2 brothers from England that came over on a boat. And my dad's side is one of the brothers, of course. But don't know which one, but there's a book of Benjamins and we're in it.
Yeah.
As for the McAllisters, my dad's mom was a McAllister and her mom was a Miller. Her dad was a McAllister. And we followed that all the way through to days of Robert the Bruce. And then we found out that on the Miller side and the Benjamin side, that we had relatives in the Civil War that at Gettysburg, the Miller was on the New York, and Benjamin was in Minnesota, and they fought lines right next to each other. And come to find out, they probably knew each other. If they didn't know each other, they knew of each other.
Wow.
You know, and then one of my cousins tracked down a Bible of a soldier that was in one of the battles and died shortly after, who knew one of the, I think it was either great grandpa or something, but knew him.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
Yeah. That's it. I love the histories and the stories you find. And Laurie, that's why I said I was a Heinz 57. I
You know, but
know there's all kinds of stuff in the history somewhere.
yeah, it's fascinating because I knew I had people who fought in the Civil War, but I didn't even know that they fought at Gettysburg or this and that. I kind of, put it off, and then my one cousin came back and with all these artifacts from there and finding out, you know, which battles they were in and who was around them that died that knew them and
Well,
stuff like that. You know, and then at one of our family reunions, my cousin told me that there was a Benjamin that married one of the gals that came off the Mayflower. So that was pretty interesting. So Lori's daughter is a mutt too, 12 nationalities. Her great grandma is a full blooded Italian, but her daughter has the fairest porcelain skin. Yes, she does. She steps out in the sun, Lori, she's gonna burn.
that's
And
how I am. 5 minutes. 10
and,
minutes.
and you don't want to mess with Italians, I'll tell you that. You know, they got a temper all their own.
My boy's grandpa was one generation from his dad. No, I'm sorry. Their grandfather's grandfather was Italian. His wife was Sicilian. So they weren't allowed to be married.
Okay.
You couldn't mix.
Yep.
So they came to Kentucky or to America, ended up in Kentucky, in the hills of Kentucky, and became the Italian hillbillies.
Interesting.
They lived in Hazard, Kentucky.
Italian hillbillies.
Yep, you didn't want to mess with them.
Oh, geez.
Not at all. I got to go down and meet his grandpa one time, and that was it. I got him in all kinds of trouble.
Really?
Yeah, because women didn't talk to men. You didn't look them in the eye. You fed them. You took care of them. Then you fed the children. And then you fed yourself. I didn't know any of this. So Grandpa came up here once while we were dating. And the women were in the kitchen fixing dinner. And the men were outside. Well, my date was outside. So I went outside and I said hello and talked to everybody and sat on Papa's lap and put my arm around him, and he just loved me to death and told him I was an Irish rose.
Nice.
And all of them, 25 years, the women would not talk to me. I was outcast.
All because of that.
Yep.
But if you didn't know any of that,
Didn't matter.
but
He
you
didn't
weren't a
tell
part
me.
of
It
their
was his
culture.
place to
Though.
tell me.
Yeah, but you weren't part of their culture.
It didn't matter. It was his place to tell me, and he didn't tell me. I should have known.
Well, I don't blame Froggy for that.
Oh, no, it was my late husband,
Oh, him.
not Froggy.
Okay.
Froggy tell me.
Well, I would sure hope he would.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me get in that kind of trouble.
But see, I couldn't do something like that because the way I was growing up, you treated your women as equal.
Yeah, that's my family was, we were very affectionate family, and we all had our get-togethers, and we were, the hills of Kentucky, but not the old-fashioned ways. And we had our get-togethers, and there was music and pig roasts and that type of fun. They
Yeah.
had get-togethers, and somebody was in the hospital every time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'd have what do they call them? Boyas. I want to say boyus, where you have a big pot and you put all these different types of meat in there,
Yeah,
cook it up,
like jambalaya.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but you cook it for like 24 hours or something like that.
yeah.
You know. But we would do stuff like that.
Puts the fun back into dysfunctional.
Yeah, she's taking all the credit for that.
Yeah, I like that one.
Lori's one of my dearest friends. I love her so much. I've known her. She used to work out at the Renaissance too,
Yeah,
and that's how we met. That's how we became friends. That and the JCs, and she's really good friends with my wife.
that's awesome.
So when I get a chance to see her, I take up on that because she lives in North Carolina now, so I don't get to see her anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's a big trip.
Yeah.
He's closer to me.
Right. So next year, the wife and I have been talking, and we're still planning this to go out to North Carolina before she gets her RV and go and to see her, then come back up through Ohio and Indiana. I got a friend in Ohio that I want to see, and I'll come swing by and come see you guys.
There you go. Just let us know.
Oh, I will. Definitely, I will. We're thinking about
Anytime.
taking a week off for that.
That'd be awesome.
And then we're just going to drive straight on through. She wanted to take the bikes, and I'm like, no, you don't want to take the bikes.
That's a lot of,
That's a lot of. We'd have to take 2 weeks for that.
yeah.
Whereas a car, we can just go and stop, catch a hotel room. But that's what we're planning on next year. And she says to come before June.
There you go. That's bonfire weather.
right? And she says the drive is brutal. Well, yeah, it's brutal if you drive by yourself, Lori, like you did. You know, whereas my wife and I will tag team, we'll switch drivers, you know, and then we'll just do it that way.
Yeah.
But I guess it's 10 o'clock here.
Yeah, it's
So-
11 here.
Yeah, and she had 3 cat spring coming up too, so she had all that going on in her car.
Oh, wow.
So that's why it was brutal because I remember her saying that they were whining and stuff because they were
Yeah,
in
that would
kennels.
make it bad.
Yeah. And then on the way home, it was a lot better because she didn't have the cats no more. And now she's back home with her bird
Oh,
after the Iron Maiden concert that she went to.
oh, cool.
Yeah. She's a big Maiden fan.
I love
Huge.
the music. I just can't do the concerts too much anymore.
Oh, God. If I find one I can afford, I go to it. And now they're saying that Mick Mars from Motley Crue is no longer going to tour with the band. They're saying, what is his name? Johnny Five
Uh,
is taking his spot.
well, Kiss did me in with their, 15 final tours.
Yeah,
We went to 2 of them and said, I'm done.
gee, I've seen Kiss almost every year since Hot in the Shade came out. I missed after 2001. I missed a bunch of shows. Then I caught him again with Kiss and with Def Leppard, and then their final tour that they're on now, that's not ending, and I think it needs to end because Paul Stanley's voice is shot.
Yeah. It's enough.
Yep, they've made their other money. Gene's ready to go his separate ways. And so he's ready to go his separate ways. Paul can't sing, and he's making guitars now. Eric Singer wants to go back to Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
And then Tommy, I don't know what he wants to do. But yeah, Mick Mars, he's got a disease. I think that's a disease. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah. AS.
So
I'll talk to you in a minute.
So he's done touring now. And hopefully Motley Crue will be done touring too after this tour.
Yeah.
So, but I think I'm going to call it quits here, Lolly.
All right. It's
We've
good
been
talking to you tonight.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. I really enjoyed it. We've been on for 2 hours.
I got to show off my broom.
There you go. All because I said about a witch with a broom.
Yep. There you go. You had it.
All right.
You have a good one.
You too, Lolly.
Bye.
So, Lori, you got to go retrieve the boys from Haunted House. Would that be Wolf and Hound, I believe? Is that the boys you're talking about? And I'll give Camilla hugs for you. I'll give her a kiss for you, too. But I'm going to call it quits here and say thank you everybody for coming on and sharing the live stream tonight. And thank you, Lolly, for coming on and chatting with me and showing me your broom, because I finally got a witch to come on and show me her broom. you know. So thank you, Lolly. Thank you, Lori, Process, Froggy, Jamin. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. Y'all have a great night. I'll catch you on Halloween. But from this channel, y'all have a nice Halloween and y'all have a good night. Thank you.